Today we are going to focus on how to stop Wildcat formations. Now, the play that I like to run, it is out of dollar, so 326 odd. I like to go ahead and run Edge Blitz 3. Love this versus outside runs, it stops it very well. And there's also things you can do in order to defend runs up the middle. So you want to make sure that auto flip is on. And then I also make sure that packages are set to slot cornerbacks. Now let's dive into it. To begin, we're going to break down the setup here for the defense. I just go ahead and press coverage. I'll go ahead and shade it down so it looks like this. And then I'll move this guy down a little bit and just towards the outside, just a tad, because he's going to play a hard flat. So he's going to cover the outside here. And we like that because one, there's a good chance he'll be picked up either by the outside defender or he'll just shoot through and stop the run itself. But mostly we're doing this because we hope to have the runner have to run into traffic by cutting inside. We also do pinch our defensive line like this, just because in case they do run any sort of blast, we'll just have more defenders in the area. So you can see we're just following the run here. As soon as we notice that it's the sweep, we just simply run with the guy because we have to be there obviously to make the user tackle. Right there, we're tackling behind the line. Let's do it again. Right there, you can see we're making the tackle. Just running to the right with the jet sweep guy here. We're going to run it one more time here, and then we'll move on to the next run. See, somebody's coming through here. He's getting tackled for a loss of yards. So the other run here is going to be a power. It's going to do the same setup here, except for we're just still going to use this guy here. And then you mainly just have to watch for the running back, obviously, this time. So they're going to go ahead and do the motion. But you can see here, the linebacker is coming right through. Not much they can do on this run at all. We're going to do the same thing where we're running to the right-hand side. And you can see that there's just a wide open gap here to run through in this run, mainly because of the pulling guards. End up getting 2 yards, mainly because he decided to break 10 tackles. Let's run it one more time. You can see right there, it's a loss of 2. Just a gap you can easily run through. And we're doing the same thing for the runs. We're moving to the right. And then as soon as you see the running back keep it, so as soon as you see number 6 keep the ball, you can just run right through the gap to stop it. On the jet sweep, you just gotta kind of run farther towards the sidelines on the strong side in order to contain it. Let's go ahead and show how to stop the blast. One thing to note, the blast is only in 2 playbooks. So if you know that your opponent's in Arizona or Utah, so depending on the formation that they're running, they'll have the option to run the blast. Otherwise, if they're in any other Wildcats, there is no blast in the other unbalanced formations. So I do the same thing here to stop it as the other 2 runs. Now, one thing I'll change versus the blast is to user on the left side of the end. If you remember at the beginning, I said you could either stand here or stand here to help stop like the jet sweeps and runs. It's just a little bit better with the blast if you stand here, just because you can loop through like this in order to stop the run in the backfield. Let's go ahead and run it again here. I'm going to send the left side of the end here on the left. Then once I call hike, I'm just going to try to use her inside like this. You're just kind of looping around the defensive tackle in order to come through quickly and make a tackle in the backfield. At the very worst, they should run into traffic. See, like this, like I'm just wrapping them up in the backfield. And like I stated, you only have to worry about this if they're in Arizona or Utah playbook. Not a lot of people run Utah, so just keep an eye if your opponent is in Arizona or not, and you can just loop in like that in order to stop the run. The other way that we can stop Wildcat runs is coming out in 3-4 odd. Now I want to make sure auto flip is on for this as well. And then we go ahead and turn on cover to shell. The play we're going to run is cover 3 sky, just in case if you don't want to use dollar versus wildcat sets. All I do here, I go ahead and pinch my D line. I go ahead and spread my linebackers, and then I shade down. Now, like I previously explained, for the dollar portion here, the hard flats are very good for stopping outside runs, so that'll assist with containing the jet sweep. Now all I do, you can see where the defensive tackle is. I just line myself up with him, and then I'm backing up about 3 or 4 yards. As you can see here, you can just run right through, stop him in the backfield. Very easy. Let's set it up again here. Again, you pinch your defensive line, spread your linebackers, and then just shade down, and I'll move this safety over a little bit. And then you're using this guy back here, and then you'll see the gap that's opened. You go ahead and make a tackle. You're stopping in the backfield and these blasts every time. So I hope you guys enjoyed the content here. If you are liking the tips that I'm putting out here, make sure to subscribe to the channel. And as always, like the video. We'll see you next time.